Hello one, hello all. Welcome to Sal Orgieri Field on this beautiful Tuesday night. We are here for some ladies lacrosse action, welcoming in the Lincoln Lynx. The girls are about to take the field and action is about to start. Girls coming off a tough game versus LaSalle, looking to rebound a little bit. We'll get more into their season and their bump up in divisions as we go on tonight, but we are ready to get things started. Here we go, right in the middle, folks. And we're off. Pops loose, and the Lynx have it. Lynx will be going right to left, and our Bulldogs will be going left to right. Number 25 for the Lynx takes it up in front of the goal. Nice passing and shot on goal. A nice stop by our goalie. Big save by Westerly. Flips it forward, and now Westerly. Riddler has it. Double teamed on defense, and the Lynx collapse on it, and they take possession with the steal. Again, a nice pass inside the perimeter. They are attacking early in this one, folks. It's going to be a shot on goal again here. And another huge save. The ball's loose and trickles behind the goal, scooped up by the Bulldogs. Two huge saves to start this. Lynx get it again. A nice pass in front of the goal and another shot on goal. And we're going to see the Lynx finally capitalize on the third one. I didn't see the net move. I'll have to see on the replay. A constant pressure to start this thing off by Lincoln. And it did trickle into the left side of the goal. So 3 shots directly in front of the goal, directly on goal. 2 beautiful saves. You can't expect 3 out of 3 on that scenario. The Lincoln, nice passing inside, and they are attacking right out of the gates here. They came ready off the bus, folks. We'll start again in the middle, trailing by 1. And the official's hand is up, and we're off. The ball's loose. And again, Lincoln will come up with a mirror as the last time. Mirror image. Straight down the field they go. Number 11 with it. Drops it. Momentarily scoops it back up and on attack at the perimeter. Flips it. Moving towards the goal. Flings it towards the goal and in again. They score quickly, folks. Top right corner of the goal, and they are on attack. The Bulldogs haven't even gotten into Lincoln's third of the field. And Lincoln has 4 shots on goal, 2 in, 2 good saves. The pressure is on this Bulldog team. Folks, we have to say the Bulldogs have been moved up to Division I. And this, my facts are correct here. It's going to sound unbelievable because of how ridiculous it is. They've been moved up to Division I despite finishing 4-7 last season, and they didn't even qualify for the Division II playoffs. But the realignment formula, now listen to this, only takes account success in previous years. Westerly was 52-11 from 2000 to 2016 to 2019. They won 2 Division III title games and a Division II championship game in those years. That was a completely separate and different class of players. Their success during those years is what forced the Bulldogs up to Division I this season. So it's not fair to the girls on the field, and another beautiful save by the Bulldogs, another huge opportunity by Lincoln. But that's the explanation. We'll get a little bit more into it, but they're playing up a division, in the top division in the league, having no basis on the players on the field whatsoever. So if it's fairness and unfairness, I'm not going to whine, but that's pretty unfair to these girls. Despite that, there's no quit in this Westerly team. Riley Pelican with it now. Left to right, now that I've explained that, we'll go back on the field. Pelican with it. I don't have the luxury of numbers matched with names, folks, so I'm going to do my best, but you're definitely going to get the numbers of possession. Number 16, Riley Pelican with it, the stoppage of play, and we start up again. Bulldogs have it in the corner. Closest they've gotten to Lincoln's goal thus far. They're behind the goal now with possession, number 14. We are just getting started in this one, folks. We're only a minute and a half in. Yes, the Lynx have 2, and the Bulldogs have 1 with the wraparound to the top center. Like I said, there's going to be no quit in this team, and as it said in the preview, the coach said a lot of these girls are either dual sport players or even tri-sport players. So many of them play soccer and basketball. Some play just basketball. Some play just soccer. Conditioning is definitely there for these girls. Athleticism is definitely there for these girls. It has nothing to do with that. Like I said, it's a simple realignment. I don't want to say a quit, but whatever it is, it is. And these girls are going to compete. There's no doubt about it because they're all athletes and they're going to grow each game. And they're going to get better faster than they would playing in Division II anyway. Back to the middle of the field, score 2-1. And did I say it is a beautiful afternoon here at Sal Jerry Field. The Lynx have it in midfield. There's a whistle on the field. I'll take that time to introduce ourselves. They are back live, and they are on attack here. When the Green have the ball, there's not much time. It's splitting the entire Westerly defense, putting it on goal. Big save. I am the voice, Greg Morano, folks, alongside producer, owner, Shane Belanger. We have Lisa upstairs behind the lens. We are Westerly.live, Westerly.radio, live at Sal Jerry Field. Westerly Girls Lacrosse, folks. We have the Bulldogs hosting the Lincoln Lynx, and the challenge is this Lincoln brings in a squad. They're a heavy hitter, and like I said, the Bulldogs new to the entire division. Lincoln has it. Pass in the middle. Huge one-timer. They are really good at passing inside the crease. Another huge save by the Bulldogs. That's 4 or 5 big saves. Only 2 on the board for Lincoln, but the Bulldogs can't let them press this much the entire game. You'll be certain of that. Around the goal again. Another one-timer, and this time they capitalize. Wrapped halfway around, caught somebody in the middle. They always seem to have somebody in the middle, and their passing is precise, folks. 3-1, and my gosh, we are only 2.5 minutes in, and we've seen 4 goals here. So the girls will reset to the middle of the field. This production is brought to you in part by McQuaid's Ace Hardware, Wireless Zone, Stratedia, Remy's Cycles, Teddy's Toys, and Valenti Subaru. Again, we are Westerly.live, Westerly.radio, folks, back to the middle of the field. 3-1 score. Official gets them set. We'll raise your hand. And here we go, folks. Pops up again. And the Bulldogs trying to win their first. And it is still loose. And again, the Lynx come away with it, and they are moving fast forward. They haven't settled yet on offense and allowed any kind of settling attack. All attack. In the middle is a one-timer and a score again. Their passing is leading their players. They don't stop going forward for anything. They keep the momentum of their offensive player going forward with the pass, which allows, I don't know how many miles an hour to be added to that shot, but I know that there's a lot because they're getting their body's momentum. Timeout on the field, good, well-called timeout for Westerly. They need to stop this momentum. Too many goals way too quick. The score 4-1 Lincoln this early, and the passing's the key right now. As soon as Lincoln gets the ball, they are heading full speed at the Westerly goal, and they always have that one-timer in the middle, and they're leading their player. Their shots are precise where they're located, and it's just an onslaught of shots. They've connected with 4. They probably have, literally, folks, 9 shots on goal, and we're not 3 minutes into this game. So there's going to be a lot of fireworks here tonight. Let's see which way they go, though. Also in action in Westerly, we have Bulldog baseball on the road versus Prout. The Bulldogs improved to 4-0 yesterday, topping NFA. We will be at Seminole Field for the Westerly Bulldogs baseball at 4 p.m. on Thursday, as they will host Prout on a away and home doubleheader. Bulldogs trying to improve to 5-0 today. Let's see where they go, and we'll have you there on Thursday. Also in action, Westerly varsity softball at Seminole Field right now. That game started off, first pitch was at 4 p.m. I'll try to get you a final when that's complete. Later on tonight, towards the end of this match, the volleyball team will be in action in Federico Gymnasium, trying to improve on their 2-0 record. Volleyball team having yet to drop a game all season, having only played 2 matches, but a great start nonetheless. Both teams still on their sides. They got the first whistle from the officials. It looks like Lincoln's ready and just kind of waiting for Westerly. Westerly a little bit shell-shocked, I think, at the speed of the Lynx. Appropriate name for Lincoln, as their offense is really fast-moving and on attack at all times. Players take the field. We'll head back to the middle here, folks. Again, we are just 2 minutes and 45 seconds into this thing. 5 goals have been scored, 4-4 Lincoln. We're ready to go again. Bulldogs yet to win a face-off. Everyone has been a mirror image pop up to the right, and Lincoln grabs it. And this time the Bulldogs, there's a whistle, I'm going to redo it. Bulldogs a little quick off the jump. So they will reset, and we will redo. Bulldogs yet, I believe, to get a shot on goal here, so other than the goal that they scored. Obviously, that was a beauty, wraparound style. And there we go, we get the pop up to the left, but it's a loose ball, and it is still loose, folks. Important that the Bulldogs grab this, and then unfortunately they don't, and Lincoln's on attack. Again, moving towards the goal quickly, and pass in front, and a whistle will stop play. The officials will explain it. Not sure what happened. They're going to replay. They're going to place the players where they believe is appropriate, and we'll get this thing started. Westerly, unfortunately, at their goal again on the defensive, and it's going to be Lincoln's possession behind the Westerly goal. As soon as the official drops her hand, we start play. Here we go. In front of the goal, and shot on goal, and they score. There's a whistle. I don't believe they're going to count that. Difficult spot for the Bulldogs to be in. It's almost like a penalty kick, but a lot. I got to say the percentage has got to be even higher in this. Let's see where they set them up. Last year when I first did girls lacrosse, I tried to guess and explain to folks exactly what the call was on a lot of occasions. It's generally a halo infraction, stick too close to the body, too much contact. Then the officials replay the player where they believe they were when the infraction occurred. So there's a lot of stoppages of play, and the clock generally runs during these stoppages. Here we go, shot on goal, and that goes wide, so the Bulldogs escape it, but the Lincoln still has the ball. What a pass in front of the goal. Beautiful save by the Bulldogs. This is a passing team, this Lincoln Lynx squad, and they have it again. The first time they're around the perimeter. And again, they get a cutting number 8, ball falls loose. The Bulldogs collapse. There's 4 dogs there in front of the goal, and the goalie trying to trap it and grabs it. So the Bulldogs escape one Lincoln possession, and they throw an errant pass. Now Lincoln has a chance to grab it. Whistle on the field. That's going to be against Lincoln. I believe they were too close, too much contact. But again, I don't want to guess here because as they place the players, and it is going to be against the Bulldogs, this is why I don't guess. Lincoln has it. At the perimeter, they flip it forward, and they flipped it short of their player, but she's able to scoop it up, the turnaround, fire on shot, and it is good. That's going to be another Lynx goal. Man, is this offense potent, folks. This is tough for any team to stop. Again, Lincoln atop a division that they have played in for several years, and the Bulldogs new to the division. The team is extremely young. 9 freshmen, folks, 7 sophomores. There's only 3 seniors on this team. There's some returning players. Christian, who missed half of last season with injury, scored 17 goals last season, even though she missed half, is back. Seltzer and Pelican will be on the attack. Pelican had 16 goals last year. Again, we're going to start off in the middle here, folks. 5-1 the score, and we are 4 minutes in. Yes, that's correct. 6 goals scored in 4 minutes. And pop up. That seems to be what Lincoln likes, and they do scoop it. Bulldogs on defense. Lincoln has it up the near side. And they're going to cut in towards the middle of the field. There's a lot of space there. Open space for the pass and holds on to it, surprisingly. But then gets the pass inside, pump fake, possession, and backpedaling. And they're going to work around the outside. I thought they had a couple shot opportunities, but they pick their shots, and they make it. They make wise decisions. The one-timer about 4 feet away goes good from the top left side. 6-1 to score, 5 minutes into 4.5 minutes into this one, folks. This Lincoln offense, I don't know. There's not many negatives to say about it right now. They're precise. It's a fun offense to watch function because their passes are on the money. They're always on attack, so it's exciting to watch this team. And like I said, they've scored 6. They've probably got 12 shots on goal, folks, 4.5 minutes. The Bulldogs obviously got to do anything they can to flip the field for a little while, give this defense a break. This defense has to be exhausted, and it's only, like I said, under 5 minutes in. Here we go at the middle again. I've said, big swing there. There's going to be a whistle. I had a feeling there's an infraction there. And we're going to redo that one. See if things get a little chippy, but I don't think they should. This is the position the Bulldogs know that they have been put in, and they're going to be put in throughout the season. They just got done playing LaSalle, a very similar matchup. Each game they're going to grow, and they're going to get better. That's a pop-up, and it's through the left side. Nice shot by the Bulldogs, and they almost scoop it up, but the Lynx get the runner. They kept chipping it forward and going forward and got it moving forward. Pass in front of the goal, shot on goal, score. They get that cutter in the middle every time from anywhere from 3 to 7 feet, and it's a one-timer. It's a beautiful pass, and it's a precise shot, and I don't know what the Bulldogs are going to do, but they're going to have to come up with something here to at least slow it down. They're scoring in 30-second intervals here, folks. We'll take this time, this production, and it is a production here, folks, tonight, brought to you in part by McQuay's Ace Hardware, your local family-owned hardware store located on Franklin Street in Westerly, Rhode Island. Everything you need this spring for yard cleanup and home cleaning, mulch, lime, fertilizer, power tools, and hand tools. If they don't sell it, you don't need it. Here we go again, folks, back to the middle for the ninth time, correction. Pop up again. Lincoln will get that one unassisted. And I don't know if they're going to slow it down or not, but they do stop here. It's number 2 for Lincoln, waiting for some movement. I don't think they're going to slow down much. And that pass in front of the goal between two Bulldogs again. Not much space, wraps around the back of the goal. And now they're going to let something set up, but the Bulldogs have to collapse that lane in front of the goal somehow. And they are waiting. Patiently, Lincoln is waiting. They're lined up, setting up some kind of a play. And here we go. Their play is live. I haven't actually seen an offense set up a play like this in high school in a long time. It's just harmony in motion is what I call their offense. That's another goal, folks. They lined up in a straight line, and they set screens for each other. Ended up again with a one-timer, a beautiful pass, shot low left, and another Lincoln goal. We've broken the 5-minute mark, 5.5 minutes in. I am the voice, Greg Moreno, alongside producer and owner Shane Belanger. Lisa is upstairs behind the lens. We are Westerly.live, Westerly.radio, your only source for Westerly Bulldog sporting action here. If it happens in Westerly, you can tune in here. This production is brought to you in part also by Wireless Zone, your Verizon authorized retailer located in Dunn's Corners next to Duncan. Cell phone sales, service, and repair. Trade in your old phone and get up $700 off your new phone. Switch from current provider and get your new phone for free with trade-in. And we are going again, and again Lincoln won the scrum in the middle. Number 25 will press up the far side, pass way over to the middle. Bulldogs pick off the pass. Trying to interrupt things a little bit, if nothing less. It's taking them a little longer to get to the back of the net. Number 11 weaving in and out for Lincoln, and is going to cut in, attack herself, and that pass in front of the goal again. Turnaround shot, score. Oh, my Lord, this is an even – it's almost like they're running the same play every single time, and then when they set up behind the goal, they run some kind of a pick play. But I'll tell you what, I wouldn't know the solution because watching their offense – man, it really is in sync. I haven't seen an offense so in sync across the platform of men's or women's lacrosse yet this year. I feel for the situation on the field because I would not have the solution, so I am most definitely not going to be critical. This is a display on the field by the Lincoln Lynx. They came ready, long bus ride, beautiful day out here. Still nothing better to be doing than watching sports here on a Tuesday night or attending them here at Salvador Jerry Field. It is gorgeous out. We're going to do what we can with this, and that's what the girls are doing on the field. They're not going to quit. Like I said, they're all multi-sport athletes. They're all conditioned well, and they're also as competitive as they get. In those other sports, they have not been put in this situation. So this team is competitors, and they're used to winning. in whatever sport it is they're playing. On attack again is Lincoln, and the save by the Bulldogs. When I'm a step behind, they've had a few saves. Maybe that's how I should go roll with it. But the Bulldogs will get their chance on offense. No, Lincoln picks off the first pass. Unfortunate for the Bulldogs. Back on defense they go. And the Lynx have it behind the goal. Let's see how they set up. Is a stoppage of play? No. We are still moving. And they're looking in front of the goal. There goes one. Here comes another. And she was open, but she wrapped around to the other side of the goal. And we have a stoppage set at about top of the perimeter. And Lincoln, number 11, with it. Flips to the middle. A shot on goal and score. So Lincoln's quick. They're quick, let me tell you. If the first cutter is not there, it's like a train of cutters. The second one will go by about 3 seconds later. Then another one will go by. Then another one will go by. One of them's going to be open, and they always hit them ahead, keep their feet moving in the direction that they're going, so there's no hesitation on their shot. And believe it or not, that momentum adds to the speed of their shot. Their skill adds to the location of their shot. The combination is 10 goals in 7 minutes. So, this production is also brought to you in part by Strategia, website design and maintenance, social media management, search engine optimization, local company with local strategies to help your company stand out on the web. Back to the middle, folks. Pops up, and that's going to be an assisted win by the Lynx as they flip forward, and they are on the move again. Number 11, she gets things started, and she can shoot as well. Passes around the perimeter. Slow things down a tiny bit, but they pass towards the inside behind the goal, where they will get things started. Then they run plays that you can see the start of. You can see them develop and open, and they have just done it in a pass up in front. And that's going to be another one that you can tack on for the Lynx. I mean, see, the realignment is such an unfortunate thing if you're a player on the field because, I mean, it's really deflating, especially for the three seniors. This is their senior season. This is their last opportunity to play lacrosse here for Westerly, and it really puts a pin in their balloon because just the opportunity to compete for a playoff spot or a championship is always the desire for players. But when you get moved up on the basis of a record that was developed 5 years ago through 3 years ago, it's just unexplainable. But they will persevere, and they're going to get better, and they're going to be a heck of a team next year. As I said, they're freshmen and sophomore heavy, and the year after that's the same. It's the same story for boys lacrosse. Another pop-up unassisted win in the middle of the field by the Lynx. This year, it seems like the baseball team has been playing for the season they have on the field, and that goes for the volleyball team as well. They're off to early success in their season. And the softball team undefeated when they start the game today, but they are young as anything. They are sporting 0 seniors. You heard me right. All freshmen and sophomores. They have a couple juniors. So, again, another young team that's just going to get better in the years to come, but they're good right now. So, a lot of fun ahead of us here this spring and from years to come here in Westerly Sports. Right now, we're watching Girls Lacrosse. If you're just tuning in, we are Westerly.live, Westerly.radio. Your only source for live Westerly sports here in Westerly, Similar Field, Salvador Jerry Field, Federico Gymnasium. That's a shot on goal. Nice save by the Westerly goalie. If they're playing in one of those 3 venues, we'll deliver it to you. Lincoln wrapping around the goal. Will they take it themselves? They do. Shot and another save by the Bulldogs. Nice job as they take possession. Shots on goal, I can't even begin to count Lincoln's number of shots on goal. The Bulldog goalie does have a lot of saves here. It's just some of these shots that Lincoln's putting on goal are just they're undefendable, if you ask me. I mean, as they have it set in the middle one timer, but she bobbled it, so the Bulldogs have time to collapse finally. But the Lynx come up with possession and an errant pass. So this possession didn't go the way Lincoln's has. Ball is still loose, and Lincoln comes up with the number 11 shot on goal. Big save by the Bulldogs. And that's 3 in a row. No quit. Bulldogs on the field. That's why you got to love high school sports. That's why you love the coaching and the players on the field because there is no quit. Although sometimes some things you see much there, there's no quit on the field here. And Bulldogs have possession. And they're in the far corner here as the Lynx press. Looking for some room in the Lincoln defense. They haven't had to work very hard defensively. Bulldogs haven't been on their side of the field at all. This is really their offense playing D. There's a whistle, too much contact, so they'll reset. And now Lincoln has possession as they will set up, take their time, and let their cutters get to where they need to be. And you see the screen that was set up there by number 2. Chose not to use it as she wraps around the perimeter. And the high pass where only the Lynx could get it. And the no-look bounce pass. Center goal score for the Lincoln Lynx. Nice shot, nice pass. I thought it was an errant pass. That must have been done on purpose because that shot, it was a no-look shot, as you can see on the replay. And they can do it any which way. They really can. It's a credit to the Lincoln Lynx, really, more so than it says anything about this Bulldog team. This team has one heck of an offense. I'll be hard-pressed to see a team compete. This Bulldog team just had to face LaSalle and then this Lincoln Lynx squad back-to-back. So trying to be one of these athletes on the field facing those two teams 2 games in a row. When you're new to the division. So it's a front-heavy schedule, at least, so as the team improves, the wins will accumulate as the season develops and as the players develop. And Lincoln takes the face-off. And a new number out there, number 15 in. Number 11 getting a little bit of a break from Lincoln. They got to be tired, but it doesn't seem like they are. They're a machine on offense, and they flip it in front of the goal, and then they back up and allow their offense to set up a little bit. Time slowly matriculating off the clock here in this one. And they will set up behind goal. We're almost halfway through the first half. The numbers on the scoreboard are correct, folks. LaSalle Academy, again, another ridiculous offense the Bulldogs just had to face, posted 19, as they do against other teams in the division regularly. Lincoln wrapping around the goal, looking for space, finally get it. And again, the bounce shot converts. So another one on the board for the Lynx. Frustration on the field for this Bulldog team, clearly. And again, you can't explain or fix what position this team was put in, but the coaches take preseason. They're going to get better every game. They're going to work on certain skills, and they're going to get better because they're playing better teams than they would have. So that's an obvious thing. We saw the boys lacrosse team last night put in the same exact scenario and situation with the division realignment moved up into an uncompetitive situation for the Bulldog squad. That's really not fair, especially to the seniors on both of these teams. At least the sophomores and freshmen that are on the field have time to develop and compete in their high school careers. They will, because like I said, these girls are athletes on the field here. The Lynx with it. Going right to left, and that's the only way we've gone all day here. Then the pass, it's high, and the rebound goes. It was an errant shot behind the goal, and that's going to go out of bounds. And Lincoln's going to maintain possession. They're going to flip it forward, actually. Was the shot wild? No, Lincoln does have possession. So they'll start behind the goal, and they'll wrap around the perimeter. The Bulldogs' feet are a little bit heavy, and who can blame them? This Lincoln offense has got to be an exhausting thing to try to decipher. As they rip it around rotate it around the perimeter, I should say, in a circle. Lincoln clearly just slowing things down at the moment. There have been a lot of stoppages of clock, and there's been countless face-offs here, folks. The clock will continue to run, I do believe. And they are starting to move around the back of the goal. And a pass up ahead in front of the goal, and they score. So they just waited and waited and waited. They went in a circle, sort of lulled the Bulldogs to sleep. One of the Lynx members put on the gas, got a little separation, and again, they get that pass where only they can get it. That one was upstairs. They got it in fluid motion of the shot. That's nearly an impossible save to make. And another one on the board for Lincoln. This production brought to you in part by Remy Cycles, Bicycle Sales and Service in downtown Westerly, 53 Railroad Avenue. Cycling accessories, clothing, safety gear, the latest in electric bike technology, stellar customer service, everything needed to enjoy your cycling adventures. We're back in the middle, folks. That's Remy Cycles, folks, 53 Railroad Avenue. And we're off. This one's up, open, and the Lynx have it. And we've been looking to our left all game long. And number 15 with it for Lincoln, and they're going to flip it around. That one goes out of bounds. Does it make it out of bounds? Is it a turnover by Lincoln? And it is. And we have not really seen one of them yet today, now that I mention it. Maybe one. But there's a stoppage of play they're going to set up. So on the field, I don't know if there was a whistle. No, I think we're just set up, and the Bulldogs should take possession. And they do in the far corner, in the shade of the trees here. That's off of the corner of Wood Ave. And the Bulldogs looking to get started and trying to get on the Lincoln side of the field will get it started with their goalie. So they center it and flip to the back corner. And they're in motion, starting to head our way. A little bit of contact by Lincoln. So they're coming in from behind. This speed on the Bulldogs side, all the way up the sideline, one end of the field to the other. Closest the Bulldogs have got, and maybe the second time this game, number 7 in front of the goal. Beautiful pass and a save by the Lynx goalie. Stones the Bulldogs. That was a nice play, nice one-timer. They have possession behind the goal. They're wrapping around, and they try to get a shot on goal, and it's another save by the goalie. So Lincoln's got a goalie and the Bulldogs defense on the spot. They try to steal it from the goalie and the deflection in for the score. And another one for the Bulldogs. No quit lacrosse squad. Nice pressure in front, stoned twice by the Lynx goalie. 2 big saves, but the pressure onslaught continued by the Bulldogs offense, and the deflection gets one in for the Bulldogs. So that's 2 for the Dogs. And it's great to see the no-quit Bulldogs here get rewarded for their efforts. We're back to the middle of the field for another face-off. And the clock will continue to move. There's 4 ladies off and on for the Lincoln Lynx. 2 on and off correction, substitution. As I'm sure everybody over there gets an opportunity in games like this. Bulldogs utilize their entire squad every game. And there's a face-off again. Here we go. We'll wait for the hand to drop. We're good. They started too early. They're going to blow it. Hand never dropped. That's an anxious Lynx squad because they ended up with it in motion again. So we'll reset at the middle of the field here, folks. And we're almost ready. There's the whistle, hands still up. And they're playing live, no possession yet. 4 players, 2 in each squad, and the loose ball goes to nobody yet. We're fighting for it, and the Bulldogs, it's out of bounds. And it's going to go in favor of the Lincoln Lynx will have possession. Number 8 inbounds it and runs with it. Being chased from behind. Sets up an offense, flips it. And they head towards the goal and push to the ground from behind. That's going to stop the play for certain. That's a frustration move on D. A little contact. You don't mind seeing that, though. Unfortunately, that's going to set the Lynx up with their situation where their play calling and their positioning. It's like a chess match, but it's like 100 miles an hour. And it's precise, and it's very difficult to stop. It's something to see. It really is from up here, watching their offensive motion and the one-timer and the score. That went faster than I can even explain it happening, folks. I lost the ball in the pass, but I had an idea where it was going because you see their positioning, and like I say, it's chess. It's in that perfect spot. And another one on the board for the Lynx, who obviously the goal by the Bulldogs didn't affect their offense. The answer within about 5 seconds. So the clock still moves due to the score on the board. We're back to the middle of the field. 3 Bulldog teams in action here in Westerly. Can't be everywhere at once, but similar field ladies try to improve on their early season 3-0 record. Again, that team's based on freshman and sophomores, much like this squad. And the whistle. Ball's up in the air. And it's loose, and number 8 for the Lynx has it. Again, we're in the top far corner of the field in the shadow. And the Lynx will flip it. Hey, they don't even have to they don't have to set it up because their cutting is their timing is so correct. Middle of the field open. Behind the goal, the Lynx will wrap it around the perimeter. Look for space. A lot slower than they were doing earlier, but they've proven their point that they can attack in that manner. And if they ever had to, they could do it again. But they do flip in front of the goal again. This time it hits the ground, but some nice moves with the ball as they recover. Back to the top. Nice ball handling by number 2. Flips it over the front again. It's going to be a Lincoln scoop in front of the goal. And the Bulldog goalie with a nice save there and stops the attack by Lincoln, and they will flip it ahead and try to change sides of the field here. And a little contact on the far side. A little bit more contact and a whistle. And that's going to be a turnover by the Bulldogs who lost possession. As you can see, the ball rolls out of bounds, and it's going to head from right to left again. Neck's starting to hurt a tiny bit. I'm going to move the chair here. And we're moving forward. Lincoln's offense, again, with possession. Time of possession, folks. I couldn't even imagine what it could be right now. And they have full wraparound, which we haven't seen much of. Big save by the Bulldogs. Nice job by the Bulldog goalie, who talk about exhaustion. There's been just no stop. Having a ball rifled at you constantly. The shot on goal is over 20 here. They got to be. Well, obviously they are, looking at the score on the scoreboard. The Bulldogs with possession here. Trying to scoop it up. And we're down the near side here again, trying to flip sides of the field. as the defenders from Lincoln converge. Some nice foot movement and some nice running down the field. From behind, though, some contact and the ball falls loose, and there's a whistle. And again, it's going to go against the Bulldogs. And Lincoln's going to start up before the Bulldogs can even get set up on D. Lincoln flips it forward, a lot of space by number 1. So they catch the Bulldogs sleeping a little bit, and then they back up because there's no stoppage of play. Bulldogs fortunate for that whistle. A little frustration they were caught up in, and Lincoln had numbers, but they will set up again. Waiting for the whistle. And we're good. Here we go. Number 2 with it up top. Directing her players. Crosses over. Little spin move back around the top. Not much space. Flips it over. And then to the inside. Westerly tried to jump it. They couldn't. Shot on goal and score. Westerly tried to jump the pass. They were there. They were just a millisecond late, and it turns into another goal for the Lynx. So we are seeing one of the better teams in the state of Rhode Island here in front of us, folks, if nothing less. There's no doubt about that, and a learning experience for this Bulldog squad that they can look back on. And they can tune into Westerly.live, Westerly.radio, your only source to look back on what you've done, how you've played, on your best games, your worst days, any day you want. If we're there, you can watch it again later. Back to the middle of the field for another face-off. Here we go, folks. And it's up. Quick whistle, and the Lynx have it. On the run, number 8. A lot of their initial starters have had a long little break here on the side, but hasn't really changed their passing. And in front of the goal there's a whistle. The ball reached the back of the net. I heard a whistle just before the shot, so let's see what happened here. We can see it on the replay. That was probably contact against Westerly, judging by the whistle, but it was before the shot. So the Lynx have what essentially is a penalty shot here. And in front of the goal they go, and they take it to the net, and they lose possession. So that ends up in favor of the Bulldogs, but there's another whistle. As you can see on the replay, there was some semblance of a diffraction in the distance, and they're going to set the Lynx up with a mirror image set here. As they get possession, top of the perimeter, no defenders in front. Bulldogs essentially have to crash. That's really the only way of defending it. And then if she slows down or cuts back, all of those players turn into cutters across the middle. So what an offensive heavy set, and straight to the goal she goes. She's going to keep it from behind, number 1 on defense for the Bulldogs. Again, going to get called for the infraction with the stick from behind. That's the only answer the Bulldogs have had for this attempt, and they will set it up again for the 3rd time in a row, folks. They've stopped the goal from occurring every time, we'll say that. But they just haven't done it the fair way. And the Bulldogs on D, and this one reaches the back of the net. It finally gets to the back. You get 3 chances at it, 4 chances at it, counting the first one with the infraction. You're bound to score if you get 4. So, I mean, they only had to go 25% on goal there to get their tack on another one. And you can add on another 4 shots to their total today in the first half, which is probably some kind of a record here in the first half. So back to the middle of the field we go. This production brought to you in part by Valenti Subaru, folks. Subaru sales and service located at Dunn's Corners, Westerly, Rhode Island. Valenti means value with over 90 years in the auto business. The Valenti family knows how to keep customers happy. Service with honesty, integrity, and a smile. The cornerstones our business is built upon. And we're live in action again here, folks. This Bulldog squad. There's no quit Bulldog squad. Folks, I want to reiterate, and I'm going to several times. I'm going to at halftime. I'm going to in the second half. This has been an unfair realignment for this squad. This is a Bulldog squad full of athletes, full of young athletes. So we are all fortunately going to have an opportunity to watch them blossom. We watch them play in the fall soccer. We watch some of them play in the winter basketball. We watch some of them play both. So this team is going to develop into one heck of a team. This season, they've been put into a inexplainable position, but they're going to get better for it. So what you're watching on the field here is a bunch of athletes that are persevering through league law that it just wasn't fair to them. In the long run, it's going to be an exciting team to watch without question. I'm still excited watching this because I know that these girls, and I watch them in other sports, and they're athletes, and we're just going to watch them grow. So again, the Lynx on offense here. And what we're watching is one of the best teams in the state of Rhode Island on offense, so can't expect much less. And then coming off of a game versus LaSalle, so this is a team, like I said, Westerly, bumping up a division from a 4-7 record to play LaSalle and to play the Lincoln Lynx right here back to back. I mean, you can't, and they tack another one on right there. I mean, so you really can't. There's no explanation behind it, and it's just. I mean, I don't want to whine for these girls because they don't whine. They certainly don't. They fight through it. There's the horn. There's a horn. And that's going to wrap up the first half of play, folks. So there's going to be a 10-minute break. We're going to take a short break, and I'll get back to you. I'll re-update you on things going around in the sporting events here in Westerly. I am the voice, Greg Moreno, alongside producer, owner, Shane Blanchard. We have Lisa upstairs behind the lens. Together we are Westerly.live, Westerly.radio. We'll be back after a real quick break, folks.
It's the yellow ball on this green grass. With the sun.
See what I do a lot is I have the cane kind of aimed over there wide.
Yeah.
I'm looking there.
Oh, you're not.
I can't see it there.
Okay.
I almost always have to look on the field, and then I adjust. You know, it's wide. It's not too wide. It's not too narrow, but it's wide enough that I know the ball is going to stay in that frame, and then I use my eyes to track. Oh, there's a way down over there. So I move it. So then as I'm looking at it, I move the camera a little bit that way. That's a good thing. I don't know. See, you're looking down like that, so see, I'm looking see, it's there to there, there to there. Well, you are there to there. You got a long way to go. So you're working against. It's going to be hard.
I could have it up there.
Sure you can.
The sun. It seems like I can see better.
Yeah, the way you have to give it, see the way I do. Look, see my brim of my cap. No problem with this in the brim of my cap.
Yeah.
Block the sun, but that doesn't help because if I looked at that, I would lose.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do. Yeah.
It's difficult.
All right, I'm glad it's just not me.
You know, it's not just you. I don't know if you can perfect the method where you use your eyes just to look in a particularly bad spot. You use your eyes because
I do that in baseball. You know, like if they hit it, I look and then I zoom.
Yeah.
But here they're so damn fast. Zoom, zoom, and like. No. Yeah, right? So you can see it. Last night the boys played with a white ball. That was easier.
Yellow on green is a really bad.
Yeah, it's a bad idea.
Sometimes they have a white ball across. I don't know if they yellow. I couldn't even tell you the color was blue. That's how bad my eyesight is. Like I said, if I don't look at the screen, I was thinking to myself, this is a 6-inch screen. I'd love to get like a 12-inch screen.
Yeah, that'd be good.
But you know, I don't think that would be possible.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
All right, thanks.
Yes, sure.
mercy rule?
Yeah, the mercy rule is in effect here. When there's 10 points, when there's a 10-point or more difference, the clock continues to run. I don't know if you
Oh.
noticed that, but in the beginning, whenever they got a goal, the clock would stop.
Yeah.
And then they'd walk to the
Oh,
field,
I see.
and then as soon as they did the draw, the clock would start again.
Okay.
But the mercy rule allows for whenever there's 10 or more points.
All right.
So as soon as it became 11-1, I think that's when it started. It was 10-1, so I think 11-1. That's when it started.
Okay.
Because there's a
Thank
10-point difference. Sure. Yeah. Apparently, it's not enough mercy for this game now. They need
That's
more
pretty
mercy.
bad.
Yeah. It seemed that the Westerly team was afraid to, like there was a force field around Lincoln. They're afraid to go up to that and be more aggressive. They weren't very aggressive. And the coach in the beginning was yelling a lot at them. Challenge the ball. What was not defend the ball? Get the ball. He was saying something about the ball. Then he stops and he shut up. I guess he gave up saying.
Yeah.
So with all the whistles and stuff, when there's a 25-minute half, go make it.
Yeah, that's true.
Now we
Go with 30.
go for 25 minutes.
That's-
Unless Westerly rallies and
I see,
which
okay.
that ain't gonna happen.
That's a good point.
Unlikely. Possible, but probably unlikely.
I think it's 30 minutes. I was just listening to them, no?
25. They have it 25. You'll see when that counts down, it'll count
25?
down and then they'll put up 25 minutes.
Oh.
Unless they change the rules.
Hello, everybody. We are back, Sal Algieri Field, on this beautiful Tuesday night for some good Lady Bulldog lacrosse. We have an absolute mismatch on our hands here, unfortunately, for Lincoln Lynx, one of the top teams in the state, in town, and they are showing why they are one of the top teams, as they have put on an offensive onslaught. We've gone over why there's a realignment, and I've been told that there's going to be another realignment next year. Essentially, that's going to probably place the Bulldogs back in the division that they belong in. But that's the then. This is the here and now, and they are where they are. They were forced up a division based on the pre-COVID years, 2016 to 2019 records. So stuck in a very difficult position. Obviously, you improve by playing better teams, but when you can't even get a ball off or can't get into an offensive play at all, that it just shows that the realignment made no sense. So I am the voice, Greg Moreno, alongside producer owner Shane Belanger, Lisa behind the lens. We are Westerly.live, Westerly.radio, and the second half has started. And this team, talk about a team with perseverance and heart. The Bulldogs take the face off, one of the first few of the evening, and they are on offensive attack to start things off. So nice adjustment, and they have the ball behind goal. This team has a lot of heart, folks, and it's full of athletes that play other sports, play multiple sports, dual sport athletes, tri-sport athletes, and you'll see next year just what they have in store for this state in lacrosse when they're properly placed. So the Bulldogs with it, trying to get a cutter, and the pass hits the ground, and the Lynx scoop it right up. That's the first time the Lynx defense really has been tested in about the last 45 minutes real time. Number 8 with it offensively for the Lynx. I would imagine they're going to start on the pick in the middle of the field. They run a lot of screens. I think that one was too blatant. I haven't seen a moving pick like that unless it's on the hardwood. And it's a turnover by Lincoln, and the Bulldogs have it. So it's nice to see the Bulldogs going right to left here in the second half. And hopefully maybe that's just the direction of the night, and it'll go that way the whole half. Regardless, the clock's going to keep moving here, folks, due to the first half. We are Westerly.live, Westerly.radio. We are your only source for local Westerly sports here. If it happens in Westerly, we're going to bring it to you. There's some other local sports going on at the same time as this tonight. Softball started at 4 o'clock. They went into the game 3-0. Another young team, 0 seniors. Baseball team on the road, 4 o'clock versus Prout, defending a 4-0 record. The Bulldogs in the gymnasium of volleyball tonight, 6:30 p.m., defending a 2-0 record. The boys lacrosse team gets a little rest tonight, coming off their game last night. They were realigned as well. So it's going to be a tough year of growth and everything for the Bulldogs in lacrosse. Tough year for the seniors to be thrown into the positions they were thrown in. Not always that fair, but on the field we had the Lynx with some action. Nice defense by the Bulldogs as they thwart their offensive effort. And the Bulldogs have it, and they will move forward. They fling it all the way over the top and try to force the pressure here as they keep it in bounds on the far side, and they have it. Let's see if they can get a shot on goal. They have to flip it in front. Pelican was the intended recipient, and it goes over her out of bounds. I'm not sure if it hit a Lynx member or not. The Bulldogs scoop it up before it gets out of bounds. And they take possession in our near corner, and they flip it in top of the perimeter with the scoop. And Bulldogs have it, number 6. And looking for the offense to set up a little bit. And the Lynx right there as they jump the pass. Look like a corner jumping a route in football. The Lynx jump it and switch sides of the field immediately. And they will step back for a moment and hit the perimeter and let their offense set up. Now, this wasn't the style offense they came off the bus with. This wasn't the style they got the number that's up on the scoreboard with. I'm sure they can attack both ways. And we'll see what they have in store for the Bulldogs here in the second half. The Lynx flipping it around the perimeter. They are on the right side here in the sun. More sun than they were in the first half. And up near the goal, they scoop it back up. Here the Westerly defense trying to stop the Lynx effort here to get on the board for the first time in the second half. Nice D by the Bulldogs right now. As they are enclosing on the Lynx players and not allowing them to drive in near the goal. And there's finally a whistle, a stoppage of play. And we're back, another whistle. I thought we were going live, but nope, they're just resetting again. And I think it's going to head in favor of the Lynx. Correction, the Bulldogs, that's what I meant to say. And the Bulldogs are in motion with it. And they flip over midfield, and they have it. It's Riley Pelican with it, and they flip up top. And the intended receiver was Sacco over the top of her head, and the defender for the Lynx has it. So the Bulldogs passing not quite as precise as the Lynx, as you see. The difference in schools, and obviously opportunities here, number 8 with it, and she will cut forward and then slow down again for the Lynx. This production, folks, is brought to you in part by the Wireless Zone, your Verizon authorized retailer located in Dunn's Corners next to Duncan. Cell phone sales, service, and repair. Trade in your old phone and get up to $700 off of a new phone with trade-in. Switch from current provider and get your new phone for free with trade-in. That's Wireless Zone, folks. We are live here, and the Lynx have it, and they're running a far more controlled offense. Flip it to the inside, it hits the ground. Bulldogs defense really doing a nice job of collapsing on the Lynx when they try to get it inside the perimeter. There is a whistle. We'll see what it is, and I do believe, I'm not going to say what I believe because it's always wrong. And Lynx have it, they're attacking the goal, and they flip to the goal scorer. And so the Lynx knocked one on for the first time here in the second half. And this production also brought to you in part, folks, by McQuaid's Ace Hardware, your local family-owned hardware store located on Franklin Street in Westerly, RI. Everything you need this spring for your yard cleanup, home cleaning, mulch, lime, fertilizer, lawnmowers, power tools, and hand tools. If they don't sell it, you don't need it. And on the field, Bulldogs on attack here, folks. Let's see if they can notch one out for themselves. They have it in the far corner in the shadow of the trees, as they look for somebody inside, and they're behind the goal now. And they'll try to set up an offensive play, allowing players to get moving. And we have a whistle, as the official will call something and then reset the players as to where they were on the infraction. And the Bulldogs will start with possession. So let's see if the Bulldogs offense can answer. And we're told cutting over across the middle. They missed her, and they try to get there a little late. High to Pelican shot is intercepted by the Lynx defense. Defense really doing a nice job by the Lynx. They haven't been tested much in the first half at all. Their offense time of possession was just absurd. And now the Bulldogs doing a much better job, really, of staying on their side of the field and collapsing on defense. And there's some contact there. There's some... I like to see that on the field. It's clean contact. There's a whistle, and the Lynx will start with possession near midfield. And you really got to, hold your role if you're playing against a team like this Lynx squad, because their passing is precise. And they will flip it to midfield, and their positioning, look how wide open they are right there. Look how much space they create. And the Bulldogs are capitalizing on opportunities with the ball hitting the ground a little bit more in the second half here for the Lynx. There's some different numbers on the field, of course, and they will flip it around. And they flip one over the middle. They're open, turnaround shot, and that's a nice save. Deflected all off the Bulldogs goalie. So that's going to be, I believe, nope, that was just a high shot, so the Bulldogs will get possession here. Lynx did manage again to find somebody open inside that crease. That's something they're good at doing, and they defend the goalie on the inbound as they pick it off, and then on the attack again. And again, that right there, that incomplete pass, that turnover was something we didn't see in the first half. And I'm going to credit the ladies on the field for the Bulldogs with those. They've turned up, they've ramped up their pressure. They're more active with their sticks. And again, that's just the key to their athleticism. They've played together on different teams, so they got there's a lot of bonding on this team as far as athletes and as far as sports go here. So, Lynx is another stoppage of play. There's been a lot more whistles here in the start of the first half. Clock will continue to run here, folks, due to the numbers on the board and how the first half turned out. The ball's loose and knocked out of bounds, and let's see, it's going to go in favor of the Bulldogs. So we're going to go from right to left. That's been the direction of the day. Right to left, and the Bulldogs will have possession as they challenge the inbounder. They play full court press here as they are dialed in all the way the length of the field. And conversely, when the Lynx have the ball, they create space. They pretty much run that four corner thing with a player in the middle. And number 9 for the Bulldogs with it. Watch from behind, plays pressure, and the ball hits the ground. There's a whistle, and we are going to reposition the players here. Bulldogs with a chance here over in the shadows of the trees. And this production brought to you in part by Valenti Subaru, folks. Subaru sales and service located at Dunn's Corners, Westerly. Valenti means value. Over 90 years in the auto business, the Valenti family knows how to keep customers happy. The Bulldogs with it in Lynx territory, but again, the ball was an errant pass on the ground and another whistle. So we'll see what the referees call and where they position them. Again, I gave up trying to guess. The clock continues to move as the players are repositioned. Doesn't seem like there's much of a rush on the field here, folks, which is not a huge surprise. The Bulldogs with it behind the goal. And these feet are moving faster here in the white than they are in the green, and that's a great thing to see. That's kudos to our athletes, folks, as they fight for it on the near side in the corner, and another whistle. And it's going to go in favor of the Bulldogs. So they stay in Lynx territory here. They're going to try to get a shot on net if they can. If nothing less, their time of possession has gone up. Their steals have gone up. Their passing efficiency has gone up. It's been a much better second half of this Bulldogs lacrosse team. And that's a beautiful thing to say because that's perseverance, resilience, that's heart, and that's what high school sports is all about. And that's why we bring it to you live here at Westerly.live, Westerly.radio, where we will be at Similori Field on Thursday, folks. 4 p.m. first pitch. Tune in. Bulldogs went into tonight at 4-0. They hit away at Prout, defending their 4-0 record. And they will be back at Similori, and we will bring it to you live on Thursday versus Prout, away and home doubleheader. So the back end of it will be Thursday. Hopefully they'll be defending a 5-0 record. We'll have to see. This year the Bulldogs have all the pieces, and they have state title hopes in their grasp. So we'll see how the season plays out. They're off to an excellent start. Right now the Lynx have possession. Bulldogs' first pitch tonight was 5 p.m. Correction, folks, so we won't probably get a final of that game. As the Lynx wrap around the perimeter, the Bulldogs softball team is in action at Similori at 4 p.m. and 6:30 the volleyball team. A lot of sports, a lot of action for the Bulldogs here tonight. So working the perimeter a lot more is the Lynx here. But let me tell you, when they attack, they attack. So there'll be something to see later on in the season as their season even progresses. The Bulldogs having to face LaSalle and the Lynx back-to-back, let me tell you, that's just, it's not even, there's no way to defend those mismatches and the fact that they were put in a position to play those two teams. But it is what it is, and nothing you can do about it. And they're fighting, and they're having one heck of a second half. And they have it, and the Bulldogs have a player go to the ground. There is a whistle, so it will go against the Lynx. A little bit too much contact, as you see on the replay, with the stick. And the Bulldogs will have possession. They are on the run again. Here we go. Creating space for herself, the Bulldogs attacking the middle, and the Lynx step up with the body and the stick, hold their position, flip to the middle, possession shot on goal, and a nice save by the Lynx goalie. Nice play by the Bulldogs offense. That's a lot of what the Lynx do on offense, what the Bulldogs did right there. Low right, you can't get much of a better shot than that. That was a beautiful save by the Lynx goalie. On the whistle, Bulldogs have it. Can they convert? And another save. So not tested that much tonight, the goalie for the Lynx, but another beautiful save. That's back-to-back. Same spot. Didn't think you'd go there 2 times in a row. That's why she did, more than likely. Bulldogs possession, another shot, and the defender actually deflects that one. Didn't make its way to the goal, but there's 3 Bulldogs trying to scoop it. The ball is still loose behind the goal, and it looks like the Bulldogs are going to end up with it, and they do. On the move behind the goal is Pelican with it. And she will flip it back so the Bulldogs offense can set up a little bit. And quick flip forward to Pelican. It's up in the air and loose. And the Lynx goalie grabs it. Quick flip up, and they're going to flip sides of the field. So the Lynx goalie tested, does a great job, answers the test. And a little bit of contact at midfield here this half, making it a little bit more difficult on both ends to get to each other's third. And the Lynx cross midfield with it into the Bulldogs' third. As the Lynx look for a lane in the middle, this production brought to you in part by Strategia, website design and maintenance, social media management, search engine optimization, local company with local strategies to help your company stand out on the web. That's Strategia, folks. Lynx with possession, spread the field. Their side of the field is completely spread, all the players. Spacing, obviously, is what they do well. And they scoop it in front of the goal. Nice job by the Bulldogs defense, collapsing inside the crease here in the second half. Having not given up anything really here in the second half to the Lynx. That right there is the reason why you're drawn in to watch high school sports in general. There is no place I'd rather be right now, folks, Then bringing this game to you for Westerly.live, Westerly.radio here at Sal Algieri Field. High school sports in Westerly is a beautiful thing. You have great athletes that don't quit. There's heart, there's perseverance, there's resilience. They bring home championships in different sports, different years. It's just a beautiful thing to be a part of. And what we're seeing in the second half here is that. It's harmony in motion. Shot goes wild by the Lynx. That was the Lynx attempt, and the Bulldogs with possession. Second half here, folks, the Bulldogs are winning in time of possession. They're winning in shots on goal. So take away, erase that first half, because none of this entire game makes any sense why they're playing together. But take that away, and what you have in the second half here is a competitive game. It's a beautiful thing to see by the Bulldogs out there. And I'm glad I'm here bringing it to you. And like I said earlier, we'll be back on Thursday. I'm going to bring you some Bulldog action. Hopefully the Bulldogs today add to their 4-0 record. We'll see as Prout comes to town. Similar field shot on goal for the Lynx, and they're going to tack one on for the first time here in the second half. So the inevitable does occur. The Bulldogs can only do so much, but they did one heck of a job. And they went in 15 minutes there on defense and on offense there, preventing any action by the Lynx. So a nice job opening the second half for the Bulldogs. And we're going to have another face-off here. 53 Railroad Ave, folks, that's where you want to be, downtown Westerly. Remy Cycles and Teddy's Toys. Remy Cycles, bicycle sales and service. Cycling accessories, clothing, safety gear, the latest in electric bike technology, stellar customer service. Everything needed to enjoy your cycling adventures. Teddy's Toys, located there as well, 53 Railroad Avenue. Modern toys, classic toys, board games, model buildings, stuffed animals, every toy you can imagine. Remy Cycles and Teddy's Toys. Back to midfield for yet another face-off. There's been a lot here today, folks. A lot less in the second half, thanks to the Bulldogs' on-field effort. No doubt about that, and they're making the crowd's time here worth it. The ball's on the ground, and Bulldogs fighting to scoop, and they have possession. As they slow down and look for space, and there's not much, but they turn, and now they're going to switch sides of the field. So the Bulldogs with possession. Midfield, they're fighting as the Lynx collapse. And there's a whistle. And that one this time is going to go against the Bulldogs, I believe, as everyone heads in favor of the Lynx here, and they take possession over midfield. Beautiful night for sports. Hopefully we have the same weather for some baseball Thursday. We had a nice night last night for some boys lacrosse action. Same simple story at the realignment. The 2 years that were altered in sports, the realignment was based on the 3 years prior to that. So because we had one heck of a team those 3 years, these girls are paying the price really for one season. And then it should be back to normal next year. But like I said, they're going to get better for it. And it's all because of their tenacity. On the field, the Lynx have it. They're settling in the backside. We got some new numbers on the field for both squads. Wesley's gotten everybody involved on the field today. Despite the score, everybody has played. The Bulldogs in with 3 seniors, 5 juniors, 8 sophomores, and 9 freshmen. And they use everybody. Might as well let everybody get a sense of what the best of the best is here in Rhode Island. And the next couple of years, you be on top of the mountain where you're placed. So the Lynx fighting for possession. Bulldogs, there's a lot more contact by the Bulldogs D here in the second half. When they talked about conditioning, Coach Paisley, there's no doubt she was correct. This Bulldogs team light on their feet here in the second half. They are not tired. They are not winded. They are definitely well conditioned and well coached. I'll tell you what, you can't coach yourself away from or coach your team away from a mismatch like this. It's just numbers are numbers, and there's no doubt about it. And they're doing one heck of a job here in the second half. Ball hits the ground. Bulldogs trying to scoop it and a whistle. Stoppage of play on the field. We're at the 7-minute mark here as the second half has moved right along, folks. 7 minutes left to go with this one here at Sal Algieri Field. When you think of fields and you think of plush green grass, you think of McQuaid's Ace Hardware, folks. This production is brought to you in part by McQuaid's Ace Hardware, your local family-owned hardware store located on Franklin Street in Westerly, RI. Everything you need this spring for yard cleanup and home cleaning. Mulch, lime, fertilizer, lawnmowers, power tools, and hand tools. If they don't sell it, you don't need it. Stoppage of play on the field, as you can see on the replay. And we'll see where they replace the players, but unfortunately it's going to be not a friendly spot for the Bulldogs. Like I said, percentages are highly in favor of the offensive player in this spot. Steps back, That was a little before the whistle. That's full start there. And that's going to blow their opportunity at their goal. So a nice little break for the Bulldogs as they will take possession. A little too anxious, the Lynx offensive player. Probably hasn't been on the field all that much. And just wanted to jump it a little bit. Excitement is all that was. We've seen a clean game on both sides, which is a nice thing to see. We have seen a clean game. And this is an opportunity by the Bulldogs. Pelican scores! So the Bulldogs on the attack get the fast break they needed, and Pelican puts it to the back of the net. So an even up second half here the Bulldogs have played. And talk about that, regrouping at halftime, getting together as a crew, and making this second half not only entertaining, but competitive. Worth being here, no doubt about it, folks, at all times. Westerly.live, Westerly.radio, your only source for Westerly athletics. If we're producing, folks, there is a no-quit team in front of you no matter what sport it is across the platform. All these Bulldog teams, they play clean and they play to the final whistle, buzzer, inning, whatever it may be. Middle of the field, they're fighting for possession here. And again, the Bulldogs come up with it. Number 13 for the Bulldogs. Under 5 minutes to go in this one. On this beautiful night here at Sal Jerry Field. Westerly.live, folks. Find us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, or on your web browser. Sit back, relax with your Fire Stick, folks. Tune in on your television. Watch games live or watch the replay. If we brought it to you, you can watch it again later. The Bulldogs with it on attack. In the shadows in the far corner again. There's a slowdown in play. The Bulldogs have it. Moment lose it, and a Bulldog player goes to the ground, loses a stick, but there's no stoppage in play as the Lynx have it at midfield. Kind of going at a slower pace down the field. And they're into the Bulldogs' third with it. And come to a stop, allowing the team to catch up. As they are settling on offense, the Lynx, and allowing the clock to go a little bit here. And they have possession. We are under 4 minutes. Ladies lacrosse action here. Stoppage of play as they reset the players. They have it behind the goal. As the Lynx, they played like Lynx in the first half, man. Talk about fast and efficient. They really put together a nice half of lacrosse, although the mismatch being the elephant in the room. Stoppage of play here, and the Lynx have it behind the goal again as we're at the 3-minute mark now. And they backtrack towards the perimeter and reset. And we have a whistle. And let's see what the infraction is, or which direction it's going to go anyway, because I'm not going to ever know the exact infraction. It looks like the Lynx will maintain possession, and they do. They try to get it to the inside, not much space, so they reset. They're in the far right corner of the field, behind the goal here, folks. We are just over 2 minutes left in this ladies lacrosse match here on this beautiful Tuesday night. Sal Jerry Field, Westerly.live, Westerly.radio, bringing you all the action all the time. We'll be back at 4 o'clock on Thursday to bring this Bulldog team to life. This Bulldog team in action 5 p.m. tonight at Prout, defending a 4-0 start to the season, coming off of an extra inning victory versus Narragansett, and then they took down Norwich in a non-league battle, and then they are back in action tonight at Prout. Prout will come to town Thursday, and we'll bring it to you live at 4 o'clock. And the offensive shot, nice job with the Bulldog defense collapsing and deflecting. It doesn't even get to the goal, and we are under 2 minutes here in this one. As this no-quit Bulldogs team, their feet haven't slowed down. Coach talked about conditioning, and they have it. I will tell you that. They have an opportunity here again. Odds in favor of the Lynx, and they will back off. And the classy thing to do is set back, let the clock roll a little bit. There's space here on their offense. We're at 1.5 minutes, and they will flip it. So the Lynx have gotten everybody involved in the second half and have shown some class in their attack. I will tell you that. They came with an attack, a very efficient and impressive one. The Bulldogs put on a nice show here in the second half. And they just flip around the outside here as we approach the 1 minute mark in this one, folks. So the Bulldogs, if nothing less, have played the best two teams in the state of Rhode Island in the last two games, one on the road, one at home. And they can brag about that. The alignment provided them with that fun opportunity. But they're through it. They're better for it. We are under a minute. And the pump fake by Lincoln. Ball hits the ground briefly, and they're just going to let the clock tick, I do believe. And I don't know if they have to eventually shoot. They pass towards the front, and they would have had a shot right there if they were ever going to. So showing some class, and it's nice to see here. You don't always see it, but you usually do, and it's a nice thing to see. There was some fierce competition on the field, some contact, and that's what sports are all about. But when it gets down to it, it's nice to see what you're seeing here at the end. We're wrapping up here in the last 15 seconds of this one, folks. So the Bulldogs in the last two have been faced. Nice save by the Bulldogs goalie here. What a second half effort by this Bulldog team. And that's going to be the final horn in this one. Great, resilient, no quit second half effort by this Bulldog team. Excellent Lincoln team came to town. They did what they came to do. This Bulldog team is better for it. Like I said, they just had to go face LaSalle on the road, and they had to come home and play this Lincoln team. Probably the best two teams in the state. They got away with no injuries, and they're better for what they were forced to do. There's no doubt about that. So I'm glad we brought it to you. And like I said, we will be back. We as in Westerly.live, Westerly.radio, 4 p.m. first pitch, Bulldog baseball versus Prowse, Timilori Field. We'll see you then, folks.